What is up? It's the Nibs with another one for you. We're live, and we're gonna have a little brief just chat about what's been going on in Flux. But like the title says, what the flux was that? So, does anybody else have a headache after watching that episode of Flux? I mean, can you see my eyes? Ooh. But yeah, it was interesting. Let's put it like that. It was interesting. I've got Dan coming on very shortly from an undisclosed location to the point where we can't even see his face, but he'll be on shortly. But I just want to talk to you a little bit tonight about our thoughts on Flux, what we thought about the entire thing, and just a quick, brief look at Eve of the Daleks. So, starting from Flux, if you do have any comments, please let them know. Let us know. Write them down. Scamps in, I scamp. But yeah, I mean, we'll get Dan's thoughts shortly if he pops on. But personally, oh God, how I describe this in the nicest possible way. There were some really good bits to the whole of the Flux series in general. Obviously, the finale, we were promised, and now we were promised a resolution to what the timeless child thing was all about. And I suppose in a way we did actually get one. But it's not to everybody's satisfaction. Loads of people loved it, and that's great. But I can only speak on behalf of myself at the moment. And well, let's see what Dan says first, right? So I'm going to get Dan on. Voice only, Danielson. How are you doing?
Hello, good evening. How can you hear me okay?
Can hear you absolutely perfectly from your undisclosed location, Doctor Who Dan.
Yeah, I'm currently on a mission on Gallifrey at the moment.
That will explain the no picture then, because that place is total, man.
It is, well, we're in a pocket. We're still in a pocket dimension that nobody knows where it is, so you have to keep it very, very quiet. So
Yeah, of course.
I'm currently sat in my Type 60 TARDIS, which is actually amazing.
Oh, well done. Has it got a microwave?
It does have a microwave. It even has a
Well,
kettle
that's.
to pop noodles as well.
I was just about to start talking about what I thought about the series finale, but we've spoke about this briefly, haven't we? So I wanted to sort of get your thoughts first, really. So, what the season finale, the Vanquishers?
Uh, um, it's a bit like your parents are on the way home and they said to you, you're not, you're going on Santa's naughty list if you haven't tidied your room by the time you've got home. So you've rushed around and tidied your room and you've rushed it and you got it terribly wrong. You've left paper on the floor and your mum and dad aren't quite happy. Well, that's what's happened here with Doctor Who.
That's a good way of putting it, man.
It's been rushed. And things were left on the floor and never summarized in the end.
Yeah, I
So
know what you're saying. It's like um, it's like at work, right? And we get mystery shopped at work, right? I'm not sure
yeah,
if you've had it. So we get mystery shops, and it's like failing on a mystery shop by 10 points, but not actually knowing what you failed on.
yes, yeah,
It's like, okay, but where did I go wrong? And it was a bit like that for me. But
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
we've spoke about this, and it's. I'm going to just come out and say I thought the whole thing was rushed.
Yeah.
They had a story and they rammed it all into basic. Well, they it's like the writers went, well, we're on episode 5 now. Things are going really good.
Yeah.
Right, series finale, then, boys and girls. We've got that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's one thing I'll put into perspective. On the 1st of December on Netflix, I've just watched the final season of Lost in Space.
Yes, I've not watched it
Um,
myself, but
you have watched it yourself. You
I
haven't.
haven't yet.
Okay. Now, obviously, you're looking at a completely different breed of writing when you look at a Netflix show. Like these
Yeah,
guys know how to write a program. So, for example, this particular was on over, I think it was 8 episodes in total. Now, you knew the story direction all the way through. And when you get to the final episode of that, the whole episode is built around summarizing the last 7 episodes.
yeah,
Now, when you get onto Doctor Who, you're halfway through of the last episode, and the story's continuing, throwing more at you, and you're like, right, okay, so what? We've got 20 minutes to summarize this whole series, and that's exactly how they did it. They
yeah,
summarized everything in 20 minutes, and that's why it felt rushed. That whole the second to last episode should have been the story summarizing to its highest point,
yeah,
and then the last episode should have been closing the whole season down.
yeah. I totally agree with you. I mean, it's left the whole thing's just left unanswered questions that we're probably never going to get the answers to. I mean, I saw an interview the BBC released with Chris Chibnall, and it was basically the story of Flux,
Yeah,
and he turned around and says, well, it's all about a voyage of self realization. Who are you? You know what I mean? It's that type of
mm,
story. Who am I? And the Doctor at the end realizes, what, I'm me now, so I don't need to know about these other lives.
yeah,
Hence why, and I thought that was a bit of a cop out. There was, I mean, so Scamps actually left a couple of comments here. Jodie's acting was good, but I wasn't satisfied with the ending, unfortunately. I thought all the acting was good in it for the
yeah,
people that were in it, but it's just unfortunate that I thought the writing was pretty terrible on this last episode. I thought every single actor and actress, whoever they are,
yeah,
did a really, really good job with the material that they were given.
yeah. Did fantastic. Yeah,
But there's a lot of characters in there. I can name off the top of my head. I can name 2 characters who should have had more and should have had some kind of story. That is, I'm trying to think. Sorry, off the top. Oh yeah, that's right. The Grand Serpent. Now they
yeah,
could have done his exact. They could have done the story without him being there.
yes,
Who is he? We don't know. He's just been abandoned on a rock, right at the end.
yeah.
Who was he? What was his purpose? And the answer is I can't give. I can't give you. We don't know who he was, who he is,
Where he's from.
and where he's from. I mean,
Yeah,
can he be brought back? He's been abandoned on a rock. Can he be brought back? Yeah, I think he probably could, because why have him in the story in the first place if you're not going to? He did nothing. He
well, it'd
was
be
no.
interesting to see how the story played out if you cut all of his scenes out.
Yeah, it would end exactly the same probably, right? Kate
Yeah,
Stewart, right? Here's another one. Kate Stewart, right? what was? I think they brought her back just for a bit of nostalgia. Really, I don't think there was, even though she's brilliant and I love her to pieces. I love the character.
Yeah, she didn't need to be there.
She didn't need to be there. She had what 9, 10 lines probably out of the entire thing. There was no need for her to even be there.
I think they didn't do Kate Stewart any justice in that last episode, because
Not at
all the
all.
Doctor did was prance around speaking to everybody else, and if you
Exactly.
notice, never had on-screen conversation really with Kate Stewart. Just
No.
Kate Stewart, you're amazing. That was it.
Yeah, and that was it. And then Kate Stewart saying, "I like this regeneration," and then
Yeah,
that was pretty much it. What's this? We've got an essay here from Scamp. It's like he was tempting us the whole series, like leading us on to think something significant about the Doctor will be revealed at the end. And I felt it was very unsatisfied and disappointed. I feel your pain, man. But
I agree.
yeah, I totally agree. But we've got 3 specials, and
It's a Dalek one.
well, a Dalek, yeah,
But this is
exactly.
the one thing that's been what's in my head all week is everything that the Flux episodes were building up to were a universal reset. Now, they've just wiped out the Cybermen, the Daleks, and another,
And the Centaurans,
and the Centaurans. They've wiped them out. The
all gone.
entire existence of those enemies has gone.
Yeah.
So how can they come back when they've just been
Apart
wiped
from a few
out?
Daleks, I don't know. The Cult of Skaro, just remember that, man, back in the day, Tennant's era. You think all the
Yeah,
Daleks have been wiped out, and then there's like 3 left, right?
yeah,
But I mean, don't get us wrong as well either. There was no factory reset, so Earth is pretty much the only planet that's left intact going into this, because we didn't see a factory reset of
yeah.
the universe. Nothing.
So,
There was nothing left. So technically, going
so,
into
te-
this
so,
one,
te-
go on, carry
well,
on.
yeah. I was just gonna say he's definitely took a poo on a plate and handed it over to RTD.
Unless he's got 3 episodes left to try and sort this shit out. Now, which leads me on just briefly. Have you seen the trailer, the full trailer to the New Year's Eve one yet?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
Right. For the benefit of those who have not seen it, I just want to play and watch to the end. And all I say is look at the TARDIS right at the end. So I will play for the benefit of those who have not seen it. This is the new trailer for Eve of the Daleks. So I'll just play it for everybody.
Happy nearly New Year.
Hiya, Nick.
Here we are again.
Here we are again.
Rah.
Anyone else got a proper deja vu?
We're stuck in a time loop with killer robots.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does it?
It will kill everything not within its own image.
Shoot.
Should old acquaintance be forgot?
Now,
So there's still problems with the TARDIS.
still problems with the TARDIS, and that was one thing that I was a bit concerned about, because if you practically the whole of the way through episodes 1 to 5 of Flux, the TARDIS was damaged. They were going through the floor to get out the door.
Yeah.
And series episode 6, everyone's walking out the front door. The TARDIS looks back to normal again. That wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just completely brushed over. It was like everything was just like it's fine.
Yeah.
Scamp series. Go on, sorry.
I was just gonna say, I'm reading the Scab's comment actually. Read that first because it's about Yaz.
I think Yaz didn't do much. She was just there, but didn't seem to do anything really. She was.
They tried to make her into a female version of Indiana Jones.
Mixed in with the Doctor.
Yeah.
I
And
think
realistically, she didn't do anything. All they did was put her on a wheeled mission, tied her to a rope, and put her in an outfit.
That's pretty much it. Dan, the character of Dan as well. It was like the Yaz's character was the doctor and Dan was the companion.
Yeah.
Was he's the one that kept asking Yaz all the questions, and that's what the companions do. That's how Doctor Who was written in the first place. They wanted a companion to speak on behalf of the audience. What we're
Yes.
doing now, what does that mean? How are we doing that? Where's that coming from? And that's what Dan was doing. I mean, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I thought the character as Dan was absolutely sound. A couple, he had some great little one-liners, and I thought he was pretty funny. I thought he was a good character.
Did
People were
anybody
just
else? Did anybody else cringe at the end when Yaz called Dan a scouse?
Yeah, go on then, Scouse.
Yeah, it made me cringe.
Yeah. To be fair, there's a bloke where I live, and he's actually from Liverpool, and we call him Scouse. You're right, Scouse. We do actually.
Yeah, I know. Well, we do.
Like,
You do, but I just feel like it was purposely put in there. It didn't feel natural at all.
yeah, it was. Yeah, come on then, Scouse. I don't know. It was. I think. How can I put this nicely in a way that I'm not going to offend anybody? I think it was. It's always been through Doctor Who, and it's always been the males telling the females, "Come on, and it's down here. Let's go and find you your room." But it was like Dan was the character that was the
Third wheel.
Well, it was like the roles have reversed. It was Yaz going, "Come on, then this way. Come on, I'll show you. Come on, Scouse." You have to say, "Come on, you dumb bastard.
Yeah.
I'll show you head." I'm not saying that in a sexist way, not at all. I think they've just tried to flip it over just for gender neutral purposes and everything. No, let's get the girl telling the bloke what to do, and
Yeah, and then
that's
just
not
felt,
meant in a bad way.
No, and it just felt like Dan was in the way of the Doctor and Yaz having a moment.
Yeah,
like
that's a bit like Rory.
Yeah,
It always felt like Rory was always in the way, really, with Amy and 12 and 11. Sorry.
Yeah,
I always thought that. Yeah, that was pretty much what Dan was. I think it was Dan just being in the way. Did you actually find a little bit of sexual tension between?
Yaz and the Doctor.
Yeah,
A lot.
I thought there was. I thought there was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really thought there was a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I want to tell you everything. Let me tell you everything from the start and all that, and a bit of, I don't know.
Yeah, and the crying, and I mean, I can understand. Obviously, you have to remember that the Doctor in this case is female, and females are generally known to be more hormonal and emotional than men.
You're gonna get yourself into trouble, Dan.
No, but they are like men.
Yeah.
Tend to suppress their emotions a lot more.
Cavemen. That's why we're cavemen.
Yeah, although to be fair, the Doctor was still trying to do that with her emotions. She turned away from her companion and wiped the tear away from her face. So, and let's be honest, 10 was a crier. David Tennant is Doctor.
Big baby.
Yeah, he cried a lot.
He cried more than most. What do you think of the Doctor being split into 3? I thought that was pretty. I mean, it was all right. It was all right. I thought it was all right.
It gave me a bit of a that's cool moment.
Yeah, it was all right. I'm not going to say it was fantastic. It was brilliant. It weren't bad. It was just all right. This is something. This is something different. Reminded me a bit like. Was it Journey's? No, it's not Journey's End, was it? It might have been actually. Where the Meta Crisis Doctor and
Yeah.
himself. Yeah, I thought that it reminded me a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I didn't not enjoy it. I thought it was okay.
It's like
Um,
it's like RTD did 2 Doctors together. Here, have 3.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
better than you, RTD.
Yeah.
what one thing I did want to mention was probably one of the best moments I think I've seen in Doctor Who for a while, and it really
Yeah.
did make me chuckle. I'm going to put a picture on screen, Dan. All right,
Yeah.
you'll know straight away. But this is probably one of the best moments in Doctor Who that I've seen in quite a long time, and it really made me chuckle.
Oh, chocolate. Some sound effects.
I thought that was brilliant. The what? Sorry. What did you say, mate? Oh, you think he's lost his mic, but yeah, there's the sound effects. The chocolate. That was probably one of the funniest moments. But I'm not sure if Dan. Oh, is he still there? We've got 2 screens. We got you on twice, mate. What's cracking off?
I'm doing a Doctor. There's 2 of me now.
You Dave. Right, let's get you back on. Right, right. We got. Oh my God, 2 Dans.
Hello.
Hello, Dan.
I'm just having chocolate. I'm currently munching on Celebration's chocolate. Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's actually very good. Fair play. That was actually funny.
I really like this scene.
It was good.
The whole Santoran Empire can be destroyed by a bar of dairy milk orange.
I did like that. I thought that was all right. And the end scene, right? So we're not going to keep you too long tonight, guys and girls, but we just wanted an initial live reaction, really, just to sort of just talk about it. But the end scene. So, I mean, what's your thought on? Well, it was the end scene was obviously the Doctor putting the fob watch. I want you to store it away. I don't want to know anything about it. Hide it away from me. And then she said, "Until I need it."
I kind of knew that was going to happen, you know. And then the reason I thought that was going to happen is because in order for the Doctor's memories to come back, I remember they would have to cast every single Doctor prior to Hartnell to film the memories.
Yeah, I mean, I knew something was going to happen. Something was not going to happen due to the fact there was only like 10 minutes of the episode left. And I'm thinking, okay, I've been waiting for 50 minutes at the moment and nothing's happened yet. I don't know what's in it. But so I knew they were going to not do the opening of the fob watch, but I didn't realise it was going to be okay. But you could, in a way, you can sort of understand it. Well, it's the Doctor's personality. You know, she knows who she is now. Right, she doesn't care about the past lives, but if I need to, you know, think about it, I know what to do. But I thought it was a bit of a, thought we've been fobbed off. What would you? What? Go on, sorry, mate.
I was just going to say, a Time Lord's fob watch, I thought could literally only be opened by a Time Lord.
Well, yeah, that's what I assumed as well.
But it seems that is no longer the case. It seems that anybody can pick up a Time Lord's fob watch, and the perception filters that are built into them, they no longer have any relevance.
Well, yeah, because I mean, during the forgive me that I can't remember the episode where oh God, what was it called now?
The Family of Blood.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Well done, Dan. the fob watch was there all the time. It was like, and even when the master, Professor Yarner, it's just an
Yeah.
old fob watch,
Yeah.
it's all right. There was just nothing about it.
Yeah.
So there's I don't know, but straight away the Doctor knew exactly that's mine. That is,
Yeah.
I'll have that.
And he didn't even
it's all
speak
good.
to her.
No, you must open the watch.
Yeah. I didn't speak to her, and supposed to speak to her.
Exactly. It's like even when the Dr. Ruth were meant to smash the glass, it was going smash the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was nothing. It was just like a no, nothing there. But I'll just
No,
store
yeah.
that in the disposal chute wherever it's gone.
Yeah.
So,
Probably only ended up down into Dan's room.
yeah, probably. Dan's like, what's this? Dropped off
That's
into the zero room.
That's when Dan sees the whole of the Doctor's previous lives and then becomes evil Dan.
You should be a writer. I've heard they're looking for some good ones. What would you like to have seen happen in the finale? Ideally, how would you have made the ending better? Well, firstly, Scam, I would have completely not done that in the first place. I wouldn't have even done the Timeless Child. So, this last season that we've just watched, Flux, probably would have been similar, the same story. There's an evil force out there wanting to change history and destroy the universe, but I wouldn't have had it down. The division wouldn't have been involved. I would have had it as some other type of alien race or something. I don't know what off the top of my head, but I would have had it done that this this company are on about destroying universes that are not deemed fit. Doctor tries to stop it. Doctor does after 6 episodes with a bit of help. And on to New Year's Eve, away we go. Nothing to do with the Timeless Child. It would have been a good little 6-part story. That's probably how I would have done it.
I'll just say one thing is Chibnall, there is nothing original about Chibnall at all. No. Everything that guy throws into the sci-fi world, you can tell straight away has been inspired by everything that sci-fi that's been thrown to us before. Yeah. There's so much Star Wars reference, Star Trek reference, there's everything. There is nothing original. Even Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy references. He's not original writer, whereas RTD is the sci-fi writer they can afford.
Wow. I think they've put a lot of money into him. A lot of money into him.
BBC haven't.
Well, not BBC haven't, no, but I think they've put a lot of
Bad Wolf
faith in him. Faith in him. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. But you saying that about a lot of references to other sci-fi shows, because when the 3 Doctors split, I mean, I am a Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
So the first thing that came into my head, right, when there was 3 Doctors in different timelines, was the Best of Both Worlds part. No, not the Best of Both Worlds. It was All Good Things, the final episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Right? Yeah. And you got 3 Captain Picards, past, present, and future, all trying to stop something from going on. If you've not seen it, I'm not going to bore you. But it was that, and all eventually, basically, the 3 captains were the same person, but trying to all work together with the people that were with them at the time to stop something from happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on. Isn't that what we've just seen? I was going, I've seen this before.
Yeah. This is my whole point with Chibnall. He's an idea stealer, and he did an episode. I think was it last Christmas, and he did something that was in a galaxy far, far away, and I was like, "Why are you stealing George Lucas? George Lucas is probably my hero." and you're trying to take things from George Lucas, you will never be George Lucas, Chibnall. He's one of the
No.
greatest writers ever to exist. And I saw it, and it begged my what's it kind of peed me off a little bit,
Well,
but
it was like one of the final scenes in episode 6, The Vanquishers, was Vinda and Belle
yeah,
going off in the ship with their furry dog friend,
yeah.
and I was going, Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca going off
Oh,
together.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But Vinda and Belle, there's two of the characters that were really what a fly. Sorry, two of the characters that were
Didn't need to be
really
there.
Could have done it without you, mate. Could have done it
Yeah.
without you.
I mean, it
Which was
would
a
have
shame.
made sense if the baby they were having was the Doctor. Okay, there would have been no, after throwing a timeless child at us, that probably would have been the best direction to go with the story.
Or at least it was somebody else. The baby could have been, I don't know, well, the Master or something. The baby could have been, I don't know. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah.
But it's. I thought there were two characters where you just think, okay,
Completely, utterly irrelevant.
Yeah, they were in the end, to be honest.
Well, all
There's a
they
lot
were
of characters.
All they were there for in the end was to demonstrate two people that had been affected by the flux, divided by the flux, and to demonstrate that people were out there trying to find their loved ones. Which, if you're writing like you claim to be, intellectual writing,
Yeah,
you would see the disasters ahead of you, any intellectual viewer, and would go, well, you wouldn't need that demonstrated on screen because you would already know that families are down on the earths below, on the planets below, were being separated.
exactly. It was like like they do disaster movies, like earthquakes or volcano movies or whatever. Asteroids, and they like you focus on the protagonist, the main character. Who's going around, going to MI5 or whatever it is and trying to, and then that person's loved one and their kid is falling off a cliff somewhere, so he's got to try and rescue the baby. And then you've got random other people that really don't have anything to do with the story, but just shows you their lives. And I think that's what he was trying to sort of do in this, but it didn't really pay off because they could have spent a lot more minutes focusing on other stuff. I would like to have seen a bit more of Tecteun and how she fit into the division. I'd like to have seen maybe they could have spent a lot of minutes explaining maybe like in a flashback of her explaining to the Doctor about the division, and we did this because of you. Instead of telling us, me as a viewer was like, well, I'd like to see that. Let's have a little bit of a 3 or 4 minute flashback. Just like little scenes of how it started, who started it, who was involved. Was Omega involved? Maybe because Omega's this big, powerful Time Lord. So you've got questions I want answered now. So if basically Tecteun basically created the Time Lords by using the Doctor's DNA and sharing it about. So what was if they're the creators of the Time Lords, then what about Omega? Omega's this big badass Time Lord, you know what I mean? This big badass villain.
That's the one thing. It's the one thing that modern Doctor Who was missing. You go back to classic episodes where the Doctor would be pulled back to Gallifrey to do a mission on behalf of the Time Lords, or he would be trialed. Trial of the Time Lords, and
that was awesome. Colin Baker, the Valeyard.
And it was like, things that used to be done in classic Who are missing from modern Who, and I think that's I'm getting sick to death of Gallifrey always being destroyed. It pissed. Sorry, pardon my French, but it
You
really
say what you
wound.
like. You say
Yeah.
exactly what you like.
It wound me up when
It
the
pissed you off.
Master tried to create Time Lord Cybermen. You know, I just Cybermen that could regenerate.
Cyber Masters, I think they're exactly, and they're still out there, right? Because I did a rewatch
Yeah.
of that particular episode, and right at the last second, you can actually hear the Master say, "Come on, jump through here."
Right.
So the Master, and there's at least a few, don't know how many, but there's some, Cyber Masters still out there, which brings me very briefly to I quickly made a screenshot of it because I wanted to just read it out to you. The last ever sentence said by Time to the Doctor. It was basically the Doctor with a jacket on inside out, weren't it? Right.
Yeah.
Turned around and said to her, "Right, you can leave here." This is Time, apparently, Time itself talking to the Doctor at the end. "You can leave here, but you can't outrun me. Your time is heading to an end. Nothing is forever. No regeneration. No life. Beware of the forces that mass against you and their master." To where Jodie went, "All right, mate," and then went back to where she came from.
Of course. So that's on about the Time Lord Cybermen and their
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because they're out there somewhere. I don't know where because the Flux has everything up. Right?
Yeah.
There's nothing left. So I don't know. But that's just me having a random guess. Scamp saying I wanted to see the Ruth Doctor in the final episode.
Yeah. Because she's cool and everybody likes the Ruth Doctor. There's one thing I want to know, and I don't think it's ever going to get answered, is what generation and where is that Sasha guy's master placed? Is he he can't be after John Sim and he can't be after Michelle Gomez because they killed each other.
They did. Right. I mean, when it comes to the Master's regenerations, he's had more than we can ever imagine.
Yeah.
Right. She have had more than we can ever imagine. I mean, they did get. I mean, I'd like to see that and how he came about. I'd like to see that. I really would, to be fair.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's like Professor Yana. We never knew how he came about, really.
From the Time War.
I don't know what's saying here. What the Scamp? Let somebody else post. You're doing too much. Leave the chat if you don't like it. Hey, no, leave him. The Scamp's fine. He's been the only one in the chat. And if you don't like it, then you leave, mate.
What's that?
I've reported you, and you're about to be blocked. You're really not Scamp, so take no notice. In fact, you know what? Let's get you out of here, mate, because I'm not standing for that.
So what was that? What?
Somebody turned around saying that the Scamp's taken up half the chat and he's going to be blocked. Take no notice of him, Scamp. I've blocked him anyway.
Oh, that's just daft.
Yeah, idiots. There's always one, isn't there? So I want to see the Ruth Doctor in the final episode. Yeah, I mean, see, he's another one I did as well, and I really like the character, but I don't understand I can understand why she was in. Well, they brought her in to say, right, this is what happens in the past.
Yeah.
A parallel timeline type of thing. I don't even know. I don't even know, really. But there was a lot of talk saying that her regeneration was between the first, sort of the second and the third Doctors. But anytime, Scamp, anytime, mate.
Of course.
I've got your back.
Yeah.
Got your back, man. Yeah, I don't. I don't know where she really fit in. I think they wanted to bring her back just for nostalgia purposes. That's another bit. That's another character. Even though she's a wicked, fantastic, awesome character, it's something that you think, did they really need to
Yes.
put her in there?
It's
I
quite
don't know.
interesting considering her name is Jo Martin and she's from, is it Holby City or Casualty?
Yeah, she's in one of those hospital shows on
Yeah.
BBC.
Yeah.
Incidentally, Casualty and Doctor Who are both filmed more or less in the same studio as well. Well, in the same. Well, they are currently being filmed in the same complex. But I wanted to just quickly mention something else because we'll be knocking on the edge shortly. But rumor has it that the Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS was being ripped down a few weeks back,
Right.
and they were just taking it all out. She's already filmed her part of the regeneration, only her bit.
Yeah.
Probably where she goes like that, and then closes her eyes, and then somebody else takes over. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So right, here we go. So somebody else is actually being an idiot. So get rid of them as well. Right. So we've already seen that part of that's already been filmed, and then straight away they take down the set.
Yeah.
Allegedly, insider sources saying that they've took down the set. So
Yeah.
my question is this. Firstly, have they already chosen a new doctor and it was filmed at the same time and it's all kept under wraps and top secret?
Yeah.
That's the only reason they've pulled down the TARDIS set. Or secondly, did the regeneration not happen in the TARDIS?
Yeah, but if it doesn't happen in the TARDIS, there's no reason for the TARDIS to redecorate its desktop wallpaper.
Yeah, exactly. So they could just sort of just tear it down and move it on. So that just gives, there's a couple of questions that I've got in my own head. What they're going to do with it? Where's the regeneration going to take place? What they're going to do with it? Have you got any personal thoughts on who you want to take over?
For Doctor, I would love to see Michael Sheen as the Doctor.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, I'd love to see Michael Sheen as the Doctor. I don't know if you've ever seen them two together, and he did a TV series on Amazon with David Tennant.
Yeah,
Angels and Demons.
That's it.
Yeah, and I thought his acting in that was brilliant. He also played Tony Blair in the film The Queen.
He also, if you're a fan of Carry On movies, he also played Kenneth Williams in the biopic of Kenneth Williams' life. Like, mate. Yeah. He played him as well. And if you've not seen it, I think that full movie's on YouTube if you're into that sort of thing. It's a really good documentary movie. I think it's good.
Yeah.
And this was rumored back when Matt Smith was about to take over, and that was Chris Marshall.
Chris Marshall.
Yeah, he was. I can't think. Google his name, Chris Marshall. Anyway, he would make a fantastic. He's lively. He's got a bit of bounce to him. He was, I think he'll be really good.
What about the guy with the fuzzy hair from IT Crowd?
No, that's something Mbube or something like that. Yeah, he played Chris Tarrant in Quiz. Michael Sheen did as well. Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
But Chris Marshall, Google it. He's another one. But I don't care. I don't know. There's a lot of people going about all the things that the press are thinking of. I'm not happy with.
Yeah, I know who I want as my next Bond.
Go on.
And I think he probably will become the next Bond. Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Do you know what? Get Superman as being Bond. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Isn't he contracted to do 2 more Superman movies though under contract? I don't know how that works.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with the DC universe. I don't think they know themselves.
No, I don't think they do either. To be fair,
No.
let's face it.
Marvel have done a fantastic job. Kevin Feige is a phenomenal studio producer. And Marvel have just done. They just exploded after Thor. They exploded. No, actually, it wasn't after Thor. It was after Iron Man. Sorry. The Iron Man films came out, and that just changed everything. So I think Doctor Who have now realised that they have got to keep up with massive dramas like that on the Netflix platforms, on the Disney Plus platforms.
Listen, and that's what they're doing. They're stepping up. They're moving studio. To the point where they're going to Bad Wolf Studios now, who have just joined in partnership with Sony Television.
I know, yeah.
If they play their cut with Russell T Davies at the helm, who is, let's face it, probably one of the best serial TV writers in the world at the moment. This guy is red hot, man. Everybody wants a piece of him. Everybody does. Joining Bad Wolf, right, who are now part of Sony Television. Right, potentially, right, a year and a half, 2 years down the line, Doctor Who could be the biggest blockbusting TV show on the planet. Right, and going into Sony as well, you have got the potential for a few spin-offs. But these spin-offs, I'll tell you what, I'm actually really excited for the future of the team, for the future of Doctor Who. I'm really excited. It's going to be, I can imagine a lot of money being thrown at it. I can imagine a lot of pennies being thrown at it. I'm telling you, it's going to be. I'm really excited for it. Yeah. Which brings me towards the end, mate. We've done 3/4 of an hour. So,
what do you think? Just quickly.
Go on, sorry.
What do you think of my DW TARDIS?
Your logo.
Yeah.
All right, for those who are watching the future, look at Dan's little thing in the middle there, his DW with his back. Right, you got to go hashtag nice one, Dan. Or nice Dan. Right, in the comments below, that'll be awesome. Hashtag nice Dan. It's pretty cool, actually.
That's my Type 60 TARDIS.
Yes.
And it comes with a microwave and a kettle.
I'll tell you what, you can't be able to. I can't for you that because that looks pretty awesome, mate. So, but next year, if all goes well, next year we're going to start. We've got a few weeks left, and I know Dan and myself do other things as well on YouTube. So, next year we're going to revamping this channel, and we're going to be promoting it a little bit more and doing some lives and some other chat for you. It's either going to be just me, just Dan, or both of us doing some news and talking about what's going on in the Who world. But we're mainly going to be kicking off next year, I think, Dan.
Yes, definitely.
We've both got a little bit more time, and let's get Christmas out of the way and that first.
I think Doctor Who Dan has a ring to it, you know.
Doctor Who Dan, I'm liking it. I love it.
Doctor Who Dan. Do you think I should keep it?
I think you should keep it, mate. What do you guys think? Let us know. We got a comment here. Here we go. We got a hashtag here saying.
That's awesome, Dan.
That's awesome, Dan. There we go. That's it. Keep
Definitely. And
go on.
I was just going to say, my Type 60 TARDIS is female.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like the Doctor's TARDIS. And she comes with a regular speaking hologram.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't need annoying companions like the Doctor. Because I can talk to my console.
That's very good. We don't need to pick up strange Earth females. We can we could just do a hologram.
Yeah. Or I could have could you imagine meeting a woman in Nardol's race? A woman that has invisible hair.
That's actually pretty. I don't know, actually. I'm thinking about it now. I'll have to think about that when I go to bed.
Why have you got no hair? Why have you shaved your head? I have got hair. It's just invisible.
Invisible. I like Nardole, I did. I
Yeah.
like Nardole.
Oh, that was a
So,
question I've got for you on
yes.
this. Who's the Irish woman in the trailer? I can't place her.
She's an Irish comedian, comedian, however you want to call them. Her name's Aisling, I think her name is. It's spelled Aisilng. She does a lot of 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown.
Right, okay.
If you've ever watched 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown.
Yeah, but is she a character that's ever been in Doctor Who before?
She's never been in Doctor Who before. No.
Right, okay.
But I mean, what the TARDIS? The TARDIS, yeah, that's it. The TARDIS looks like it's fractured still. That's probably what's causing Groundhog Day.
It kind of looks like the great crack in Amy's room.
Doesn't it?
I know it won't be, but
well, we don't know. They've gone back to old stories in the past, haven't they? And the Daleks with their machine gun adapters.
Which in the trailer the Doctor gets hit by.
Exactly, but she also comes back to life after that. This is a Groundhog Day thing. This is going to be like, well, you heard Dan say in the trailer. Have you got a sense of deja vu? Yeah. Even the Ashling's, she turned around and said, "We're stuck in a time loop, being attacked by killer robots."
Yeah.
She says that in the trailer as well. So it's a Groundhog Day scenario. I mean, I'm pretty excited by it. I think it's going to be pretty cool, actually. So,
Scamp, she is smoking hot.
And Aisling B, right? It's Aisling B, yes, and she is smoking hot. I actually thought it's the future Mrs. Nivs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah. It's my future wife. I'm convinced it's going to happen.
So
anyway. We're going to call it a day now. We've done nearly an hour. So thanks a lot, Scamp. Anybody else that does watch this, then just, let us know what your thoughts about our little chat in the comments below. We appreciate it. Not many views came on live, but at the end of the day, we've been absent for nearly 18 months. So we just sort of revive the channel. We're going to revamp it, and it's going to be awesome for you a lot in the future.
Yeah, unfortunately, tonight I was just an adipose blob. But I'm currently on a mission for the Time Lords, so exactly. I can't get back to Earth. I can't get a video to Earth. I just get my voice across to Earth at the moment. So
yeah, unfortunately, if we did have Dan up on screen, it will look one of them dodgy CCTV cameras from a corner shot where a burglary's taken place. It was just like really grainy, and you can't really tell. Yeah, it'd be really awful. So we thought we'd just keep the blob.
Yeah,
thanks, Dan. Thanks, Nivs and Dan. You are very welcome. And will you return again soon? We'll return again soon.
We'll be returning probably next week to discuss what Doctor Who news has been released.
Yeah, we'll go over some news, if anything, or we'll just have a little chat. We haven't decided yet.
Yeah, right, so we might next week. I reckon we could discuss our top 10 favourite Doctor Who moments since the revival. Christopher Eccleston.
We could. That's a good one. We could do that next week if you wanted to. Then.
Yeah. I have a question for you though, Nivs.
Okay, hit me with it, man.
Have you seen the scene of Paul McGann doing his regeneration with the Sisterhood of Khan?
I have.
You have?
I've probably about 120 times.
I know, I'm me. I'm so gutted that we didn't get more Paul McGann as the Doctor.
I know. I mean, he does a lot for Big Finish, but I'd like to have seen more on screen time. And who knows? I mean, well, is it literally just under 2 years' time, we have a 60th anniversary.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they bring Paul McGann into it as the Doctor. That would be phenomenal.
It'd be a waste
Yeah.
if they didn't.
It would be. He would have been a fantastic Doctor. I just know it. I liked him in the TV movie. I just didn't like the writing and the storyline of the TV movie. But generally,
Yeah.
as a Doctor, I liked him. I don't think the long hair suits the Doctor that was in the TV movie, but he'd only just regenerated. The Sylvester McCoy could have had a better outing.
Oh, I
Than just
know.
being
They ruined it, really. I mean, the BBC. Well, it was down to, I think was it Michael Gray who was in charge of the BBC
something
at the
like
time?
that. Yeah, but poor
Yeah, he was a
Sylvester
knobhead.
McCoy steps out of his TARDIS, gets shot, and then ends up being regenerated.
Gang.
Yeah, and then ends up being regenerated in a morgue. Yeah, I think Sylvester McCoy
I
deserved a bit
liked that
more.
Yeah, I think he did. I liked that regeneration scene. I found it really haunting when he sat up and it was just his eyes, and I quite like that. I quite like that
Yeah.
regeneration scene. I thought
That
it
was
all
before
right.
they brought the regeneration energy effects isn't it? The orange
Yeah,
regeneration.
it was the Americans thinking. Well, with all due respect, it wasn't the Americans. It was I think it was a Canadian TV channel that thought, you know what, we could do something with Doctor Who. Let's make a backdoor pilot for it. I
Yeah.
think it did well. I think it did well in England. The Doctor Who movie. It did well in the UK, but in America, I think it's. Bearing in mind, America's got a pretty huge, massive population. I think it did about 500,000 views or something, if that.
Yeah.
So the Americans or Canadians, I'm pretty sure it was Canada. Turn around and went now.
Yeah. Who's another question for you? Sorry.
It's all right.
Whose Doctor was it? I just have this scene in my head. I've got a feeling it had something to do with Peter Davison. There's a scene in my head where it might have even been the one where the Doctor falls from a height that looks like Jodrell Bank.
Right.
Falls to the floor, and then there's this ghost standing in the
The
distance.
Watcher. It was Tom Baker regenerating into Peter Davidson.
Well, I was right then. It had something to do with
it.
Yeah.
It was throughout the whole of the final season, Tom Baker season. It was there was this white spectre figure, and he was always seen in the background, but nobody knew who it was. It was just this figure going. Well, they were going, "Oh, who's that? Oh my God, we don't know." And then the Doctor fell. Tom Baker fell from the tower, and he was lying there unconscious. And I think it was Nessa Tegan and who was it? Was it Adred? Was it? I think that was his name. I can't pronounce it properly off the top of my head. But
the lad that killed the lad that sacrificed himself.
The lad that sacrificed himself, and it was the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs and all that. You know.
Yeah.
So it was them three, and that's where the things were going around his head. Ooh,
yes.
You must die, Doctor, in the Master's face. You must die, Doctor.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, and that's but it was the Watcher, and he was the Watcher all the time, and he just went turned into a little cocoon, and then Adric, thank you, Adric, yeah. Oh, I'm really crap with names. I am scam, telling that, but yeah, it was, and then he turned into a little cocoon. In fact, that was of my list of regenerations. That was probably the worst. That's bottom. That's fucking dreadful. Absolutely awful.
Yeah. Doctor Who, please bring back the Rani. For God's sake.
You see, there's Time Lords out there. There's loads of Time Lords out there. Surely not all of the Time Lords were on Gallifrey at the time that it got destroyed. They were out there. There's more Time Lords out there.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you forget there's somewhere out there as well. I don't like to say this, and I do need the toilet, so I'm gonna have to end this.
The Valiard.
Well, the Valley are, but you've got a certain little floating little cafe containing 2 females on board.
Oh, Shilda and Clara. Yeah.
They're out there still. They could come back. You've got the Doctor's daughter. She's out there still.
Yeah, she is
Right?
recording because she is actually David Tennant's wife,
Yeah,
and
doing
she is
stuff for Big
actually
Finish.
doing some Big Finish stuff.
Yeah.
So
No, they're still out there. You've got, I mean, the Rani, I think he's still out there. You've got, I mean, there are so many Time Lords that are still out there. I mean, you forget the president, the president, right? In that Peter Capaldi
Rassilon.
episode, Rassilon, they shot him out, didn't they? He was evicted from the planet,
Yeah,
right? And Peter Capaldi took over as Lord President, right?
Mr.
Rassilon.
President.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Right. So, but they evacuated him, didn't they? Right, oh, God, out you go,
Yeah.
right, gone. So Rassilon's still out there.
Yes.
You'd like to think. So there's all these Time Lords that are still out there. You know, so anyway, I am going. And Dan, that was fab. Really appreciate that, mate. And Scamp, thanks for coming in. If you are watching this at a later time and you did see any comments come up, I do apologise. It's just you get one idiot and to spoil it for everybody else, but we won't let our boy Scamp actually take the run to that. Won't have
To
it.
be totally honest, I think that was in the chat there was my enemy Time Lords that I've made enemies with on Gallifrey while I'm out here doing my missions.
Well, get them gone, man. You need to sort that shit out, man.
Oh no, not really. That would. I was just trying to make theatrics out of the scenario.
No, and I was going, get them gone. You ain't doing your mission properly, are you?
Oh, that's the one. That's the one.
Get them gone. Come off.
My TARDIS has a toaster. Oh, cool.
Oh, you've just noticed? It just popped up?
Yeah,
it just popped up. Yeah,
it's for Tubby Toast.
It just popped up.
Tubby Toast, Tubby bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It doesn't
We're
have
actually a little bit crazy.
This toaster doesn't have Nunu on your toast.
You've got no Nunu?
No Nunu, no. This is a well, basically, where I am at the moment, my TARDIS isn't actually a blue box. My TARDIS is actually a shoebox.
Oh, okay. How do you get in?
Well, this is the thing. Normal sized Time Lords give me neck ache. So I have to. If you remember, the TARDIS was carried in a bag by Clara Oswald at one point.
Yes.
That is my TARDIS right now. The outside is considerably smaller. And when I open my door, you can just see my eyes.
Oh, I'm good. Right, mate. You need to sort that out. You've got to sort it out.
Well, the TARDIS, the Mark 60 TARDIS is supposed to have a brilliant chameleon circuit, but I don't know. I think I don't know what I've done with this one. I think the toaster used all the power.
For God's sake, sort your shit out, Dan. Sort it out. And on that bombshell, we will see you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock sharp.
Take care.
Take it easy.